All right, we're gonna open up the second brick of hockey cards. This is a 82, 83. Right there on top is the Grant Fuhrer rookie card, which is pretty awesome. So let's get cracking. We did 70. There's a checklist that's not marked, so that's a good sign. We did 77, 78 part 1. There's another one of those coming. So I thought I'd mix it up and do the 82, 83. Let's hope I can get this open kind of, sort of, without ruining them. All right. So the last batch I counted the cards, it was like 380 cards. Let's get this Grant Fuhrer out right off the bat. It's not actually that bad. It's a little bit of a mark on it, but that one's all right. There's a bossy underneath. Cool. Okay. I didn't even open it all the way yet. Finding some awesome vintage stuff lately, which is cool. Budget friendly, which is even cooler. Try to get this out here. Be cool if there was a Gretzky in here, but I don't think there will be. All right. So yeah, we got that nice Grant Fuhrer rookie, which, you know, it's not too bad. It's not marked. All right, so here we go. Serge Savard with the Jets, which is really kind of odd. Must have been like his last year or close to it. I think that was probably his last year. There's Brian Trottier. There he is again. So I don't think these are in any particular order. They're just all over the place. So we'll see. Yeah, there's maybe some semblance of teams here. Steve Payne, Gilles Meloche. There's Dino Ciccarelli, a second-year card. Neil Broughton rookie card. Don Beaupre. This guy was fairly underrated as well. I think he was up for one of the major awards back in the day. I don't remember if it was the Hart or the Vezina, but he was in the running anyway. Pretty cool mask on this guy, still in the 80s. Dave Langevin, 4-time Cup winner, Islanders. Brian Propp. Tim Kerr, Mr. Power Play Goals. Mark Howe, this one says defense. The first one I had last time from 79-80, it said left wing, I think. So he's playing defense full time at that point. Bobby Clark. This is when the Flyers had those really ugly, they call them Cooperalls, those pants. I think the Capitals, the Flyers, and the Whalers maybe all had them. They're just brutal. Some of these pictures must have been from before or after, I don't know. Some leader cards here. We got Dennis Herron with the shutouts. This is in between. They had a little bit of a lull in goaltending between Dryden's retirement and Patrick Waugh. So about 5 or 6 years. All right. What else do we have? This is a big pile. We'll try not to take forever, but there's Ed Mio. Hey, there's Mr. Wayne Gretzky with a pen mark on it. Didn't expect any Gretzkys in there, so whatever. Wayne Merrick, another 4-time Cup-winning Islander. There's the Stastny brothers. Really fun to watch them in the early 80s. Pierre Lacroix, and this guy here, Jacques Richard, was pretty good for a while. He had 100 points the year before. Dale Hunter, early. There's another. They had a lot of really good players. Michel Goulet, this guy was a stud for a while. Lots of goals, lots of points. Real Cluche, another guy that was good for a long time. They must have been pretty solid in the early 80s, the Nordiques. Robbie Ftorek with the R2-D2 looking helmet. It's kind of funny. Bob Gainey, Keith Acton again. I think he was a Selkie type player. I love looking back at these players that you don't want to forget. A lot of these guys were pretty solid, man. They come and go, and that's it. You don't hear about them anymore, but guy puts up 300 or 400 goals or something back in the day, and it's like they're forgotten about. It's pretty crazy. Doug Wilson, I think he won a Norris. We have Mr. Dennis Savard. He was putting up tons of points every year. Bobby Carpenter, this is probably his rookie card. Yep. Dave Williams. So this is a guy that actually, he put up 3,000 and change penalty minutes, and he also scored, I think, close to 300 goals, which is pretty crazy. These epic uniforms too. There's the Devils. The Blackhawks. Yeah, this set, a lot of these sets back in the day, they went in team order. See a lot of traded players too. No tops for 82, 83, and 83, 84. So almost every Islander card you'll see in these first. There's a nice Bossy card. All these guys won the cups. Like they never changed very many players. Rick Walmsley, that's his rookie card. Nice pads. Mario Tremblay. Steve Shutt, he scored, I think, 60 goals one year. Yep, 60 goals. Right there. Bunch of Stanley Cups. Larry Robinson, Mr. Plus Minus. If you look at his career plus minus, this is the guy you might want to draft first for a defenseman if you could. Tough as hell. Put up points. Just a total winner all around. Big, strong guy in front of the net. I think he's slightly underrated in history. In card collecting anyways. Cards are maybe a little undervalued. Big Bird, they called him. I think my dad's famous story about Robinson was, I don't know if this is true or how accurate it is, but there was a line brawl and he comes out of the locker room because he was getting his skates repaired. He comes out of the locker room with his skates undone and he grabs the first guy, Dave Schultz, and just hammered him. Pun intended. He just beat the shit out of him. He didn't fight often, but when he did, it was sort of like Chara. Like when he fights, it's like, get out of the way. Gary Unger. I think he played for the Blues, yep, for a long time. Paul McLean, the coach. You see a lot of, when you go through these older cards, you'll see a lot of coaches too. This card is super popular too because of his mask. Ed Stanowski. There's a really marked checklist. It would be funny if we saw, we're getting into Hartford, I'm thinking of Father Time, they called him Ron Francis. Merlin Malinowski, I always got a kick out of that name. Where's Ron Francis? There he is, wow, didn't expect that. That looks awesome, actually really good condition. I was half joking. All right, beautiful. Fuhr and Francis, and a nice unmarked checklist. Kel Surprise. Ken Linsman, the Rat. I'm not sure if that helmet's airbrushed. Maybe his whole uniform is. Let's see if he was traded. Yeah, Flyers, all Flyers. So I'll bet you this is an airbrush job. Call him the Rat. Kind of like the old school Brad Marchand. Can we see a Gretzky in here? Maybe. Messier? Nope. Really happy with the Francis though. There's Mullen. It's another good one. He was the highest scoring American for a period, I think. He scored 500 goals. I think he had over 1,000 points. Got a cup or 2 cups with Pittsburgh, maybe. Mike Liut. I think he took the Pearson over Gretzky in the early 80s one year. Stood on his head. Rick Vive. Another guy that doesn't get much talk in Leaf Nation, surprisingly, because he scored 3 or 4 50-goal seasons for the Leafs. See if I can find his base card and look at the back. Yeah, funny to see that Ron Francis, though. Barry Melrose, another coach. Dan Maloney, a lot of these guys. There's Michel Larocque with the Leafs. Mirko Freecher, I think he passed away. Builder Lego was a pretty solid guy for the Leafs for a while. They were really brutal in the 80s with the management they had. I can't remember his name. I'm forgetting, but you guys know who I'm talking about. Reggie Leach, I think he was a losing player to win the Conn Smythe Trophy in the 70s. What was that guy's name? Harold Ballard. Harold Ballard, that was the guy. Not fun. All right. I'm not sure if these are the home or the away, the mustard yellow, but there's the difference there. I think the home was the yellow. George Ferguson. Murray Bannerman. There's a lot of these backup goalie pitchers in these cards. Yeah, I like these old sets though. 396 cards. Randy Carlyle 2. Or no, 1. He won 1 Norris Trophy in the early 80s, and the guy that won 2 was Rod Langway. I think they should make a Rod Langway award. I really do. This checklist is super clean. So yeah, that's all I have. Yeah, so Rod Langway won 2 Norris trophies back to that. I think he only had like 30, 35 points, but he was just tough as tough can be. It was defensive defenseman. They should give a defensive defenseman trophy, just like the Selke trophy for forwards. I think they should make a Rod Langway trophy. I think that would make sense. Give some recognition to the guys like Vlasic. You know, they have awesome plus minus, and they're solid for their whole career. They just kind of don't really get much love. All right. Stay tuned for the next brick of 77, 78, and I'm really looking forward to cracking this one open, the giant brick of 0809 cards. So yeah, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Stay tuned.